He's going to be sharing everything today. So as soon as someone pays, boom, everything is already getting built out.
A lot of you guys are fantastic at sales. It's typical for agencies to lack service delivery side. In the last 6 months, I haven't done any cold outreach. I started hitting 10K months like clockwork with zero cold outreach. That's the power of good service delivery, guys. You need to do a service delivery that is so good that makes people refer clients to you. That's how you can stay afloat for the beginning. Here's how the onboarding was born. I had a client that was actually Omir's client, Fava client. I didn't have my agency yet. He had zero knowledge of automation. He needed every single thing as possible, as humanly possible, automated, because otherwise, he was going to lose his mind. Like, that's how bad it was. So I spent a total of 30 hours researching, strategizing, implementing, testing, troubleshooting his onboarding sequence. And I got it to the point where pretty much everything that was possible to be automated was automated. The process was not perfect to start. It required tweaks. It required more testing. It requires maintenance and optimization. It's like a car. A car works perfect. Then maybe a couple of years later, it requires some tweaks. So the old way of doing things, guys, agency owner sends the invoice, client fills out the onboarding form, agency owner or VA sends welcome email, SMS, agency owner, VA gives access to membership course, agency owner creates tasks, card and project management tool, Google Drive folder and files, VA creates record in Google Sheets database. That's the old way of doing things, okay? Yes, the old way of doing things. The new way of doing things, 90% of this process fully automated. The onboarding form triggers all the automations like clockwork. So how to create a bulletproof onboarding process? Let's reverse engineer, work backwards, and see what does it take. Define the details of your niche, guys, per industry, how the ideal onboarding process should look like. What can it be? Collecting payment on the call. So yeah, let's see, what project management tool do you have? What, if you have PandaDoc or DocuSign, what template do you want to send? And then what are the tasks to do on templates? So the first thing that we need, guys, is we need to start with Go High Level. We need to start with Go High Level. And here is what actually I take my clients, and I have a dialed in process for this. By the way, I'm going to give away the farm. This is not a pitch. I intend that you guys don't need me anymore. That nobody needs me for this, and you can do it by yourself. That's the point of this. So the first thing that I create for everybody I do this is an onboarding funnel. Okay, it's an onboarding funnel. So here's how the onboarding funnel looks. The onboarding funnel has a payment page where you have your different plans. If you guys don't know how to create this, it's pretty easy. You need to create payments. You need to connect Stripe or authorize.net to Go High Level. You need to put what products or services do you offer. I'm a believer that, I personally don't fulfill this myself, but you should not have more than 3 different offers. If you're starting out, you should stick to one. But some people do like done for you, PIFs, monthly, so they have many. So with that said, you put your products all in the payment funnel. Here's how you do it. You add the products to a funnel. So you have a checkout page. And then when people pay in the checkout page, they are taken automatically to the next step. They're automatically taken to the next step. And the next step is the onboarding. And I'll show you how. Someone is asking, why is the 6-month PIF more than a 3? Well, no, that's every agency owner, guys, decides their pricing. Like I don't tell my clients how much to charge. Otherwise, I will need to charge more for offer consulting. And I currently don't do that. So my clients tell me how much they charge, and then I implement. You guys can charge more. Absolutely. I've seen people charging $100,000 for a marketing service. I've actually done that. Payment done on demo call. Yeah. So absolutely. This onboarding process, this is designed that you can onboard the clients on the spot. You can onboard the clients on the spot if you want, if you decide to. So
guys, he's just making it simple. You don't overcomplicate it. He's saying, hey, if you have this form, you can take the payment on the form, but it also triggers all of the other steps to get them onboarded. So as soon as someone pays, boom, everything is already getting built out.
Yeah. So people pay, then the next step is
instead of like a Stripe link or a Pay Funnels link, or instead of just you could literally just put their card information into that.
Yeah. Like you don't have to show this. But here's the thing, a lot of people say, oh yeah, send me an invoice. What happens a lot of the times when you send an invoice? Never hear back from them again. Who here has sent an invoice? I wanna do a raise of hands. Who here has sent an invoice or a payment link, and then you never hear back from the person again? Happens to everybody, me included. Okay. Now, if you have this built out that looks, it looks good, looks professional with your logo, looks with a domain, there's no excuse for them to say, oh, like, at least it looks like you know what you're doing. Even if you, for some reason, are a full beginner, no problem. You're starting out. It's gonna make you look like you know what you're doing. It's like the big dogs do it. Have you ever
Christian,
bought?
could you share this funnel?
Yeah, I'll share it. I'll share it later.
Okay.
I'll share it later. So yeah, with
Or
that,
like a variation of it.
yeah, sure.
Like a template.
So then the onboarding form covers every single question that you want to ask the client. Here's the thing, guys. Here's how you create your onboarding form. You should ask every single thing that you want to ask the client later. But instead of that, think about this. What custom values am I filling out for the client? What custom values am I filling out for the client manually? What am I asking the client for images, videos, pictures later? Is it possible to do everything on the call? If it's possible to do everything on the call, do it on the call. If they can't do it on the call, guys, you already collected the payment and you tell them, okay, fill out this onboarding form and everything is going to be taken care of you. Yes. So look, you can fill out everything, even like a statistician name, if you have like front desk, exactly. It will make you feel more legit. Absolutely, guys, of course. So then here's what happens when you fill out the onboarding form. And by the way, there are two ways to trigger onboarding. Some people like to do it like whenever they pay, everything gets taken there. Some people are like, whenever they are
fill out this form.
Some people are like, oh, you do contract and then, the contract is going to trigger everything. So multiple ways to do it. Anyways.
Christian, can I stop you for 1 second just to recap?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, you take the payment on Go HighLevel with that funnel. That's the first step. Yes. Everyone clear?
Yes, correct.
Then it goes to the second page, the next step in the funnel, which is just like a Google form, the way I used to teach, but this is all in Go HighLevel. Make it really simple. It's like the next step, and you're going to ask the client for everything that you need in order to go live. Your address, your name, your email, your phone number, all the information that you guys need from the client, you're going to put in there. So don't just copy and paste Christian's questions. Change the question, obviously, for what you guys need in order to go live. If you don't need to know what treatments they offer because you're working with a lawyer, don't ask them what treatments do you offer, right? But if you need to know what areas can you service as a lawyer, ask them what areas can you service. Cool. All right. So then keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Someone is asking, just run ads with one offer from the clinic or more. Okay. So this is a great question. You can, with the onboarding form, run ads for multiple offers from the clinic, but then your onboarding is going to be more complex, and then you need to branch out different routes for the onboarding. So Anastasia, what you're asking is possible, but this itself doesn't have to do a lot with running ads. It's more about how to onboard the client. We can talk about ads.
It's too advanced. Let's just keep going.
Sure. So here's what's going to happen.
Cover the onboarding for today.
Here's what's going to happen. Whenever the onboarding form gets submitted, you need to have, guys, in Go HighLevel a workflow, okay? The workflow is going to be triggered by the onboarding form. The form is going to be your onboarding form. And then whenever this happens, here's what's going to happen. The first thing exactly gives you guys more psychological security that you know what you're doing and you're going to do a better job. So you should send yourself an internal notification. This is optional, by the way. This is just to make sure that the onboarding info is correct. So you're going to send yourself an email and a text that asks if the information email is correct. And you're going to insert 2 trigger links. One trigger link is going to be yes. The other one is going to be no. What this is going to do, guys, it avoids, it's a fail safe or save fail. So it's going to avoid that you, by mistake, fill out the wrong information, and then you need to fill it out again and then delete the test data. So whenever you click on the yes, you're going to get an SMS and an email. Whenever you click on the yes, there's going to be a wait step. And if else, if you click on the yes, everything else is going to continue. If you click on no, it's going to prompt you to resubmit the onboarding form. That's how it's going to be. So pay attention, guys, if you click on the yes, really this route is more advanced. This is just if you want to make sure that there are no errors. If you don't want it, you can just delete the wait step, delete the internal notifications, just go straight to the yes. You get the idea. you're going to send an onboarding email for the client that looks like this. You're going to go to marketing templates, email templates, guys. You're going to create an onboarding email that has your logo. Welcome to location name. Welcome to location name. You're going to put all the fields of the onboarding. So here's why we do this. If the client ever tells you, hey, I didn't say that, that's not the right info. You say, hey, Mr. Client, here's the email with all the submission, the form submission. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So something I teach my clients, I also do like the systems clients, as Joel was saying, is telling them they need to register everything. You guys need to record every single information you get from your clients. Otherwise, things are going to get lost. So with an onboarding email, the way you do an onboarding email is pretty easy. You just are going to insert the values of every single custom field that you ask on the form. This is done here, contact, custom fields. You're going to add all the questions that you ask on the onboarding form. And then you're going to write before the question value, the name of the question. Yes. This is how you do it. Okay, then super important. The next step is going to be the webhook. So by the way, guys, there are two parts of this call. The ones that want to take it more advanced and connect other apps, and the ones that just want to take it and go high level. If you guys don't know how to do integrations and you're a beginner, don't worry that much about it. Don't sweat it. Just leave it here. Quick recap. Payment funnel, products, connect Stripe, create a basic checkout funnel. You don't even need a lot. You need your logo at the top, footer, header, footer. In the meantime, you're going to insert order form. One-step order form with your pricing. Then whenever people pay, they get taken to the onboarding form. You embed, here's how you do it. You go to sites, forms, create a form, then embed form, integrate link. You're going to embed the form into the funnel. That's it, period. Then make sure the form has a thank you message so people are not stuck filling out multiple times. Because some people say, oh no, the form didn't go through, and the form went through, but it doesn't have a thank you message. Yeah, that's it, guys. By the way, you don't need to ask so many questions. This client requires a lot of questions for their clients, but you can just, it's Vimal is saying 99% of people aren't going to implement this. Are you able to automate creating the client's GHL account? Yes, I'll show you that the next step. That's the next step. Is everyone super clear, crystal clear? Like my glasses.
So I fill that out. What happens next?
Exactly. What happens next? Then there's going to be a workflow that's going to be triggered whenever the onboarding form is submitted. And then you're going to do this. You're going to send yourself an internal notification via SMS and an email. And then there's going to be a trigger link that allows you to check if the information is correct. So if you click on the yes, it's going to proceed to the next steps. If you click on the no, it's going to stop so it doesn't send the wrong information to the client.
Remember, guys, so onboarding form is filled out, triggers this workflow, then it triggers those two internal notifications. And once you approve them, it goes to the next step.
Exactly. And then if you're ready for the heat, if you guys are ready for the heat, there is one magical piece, which is the webhook. And the webhook is what's going to allow us to create external apps. So if you want to send a ClickUp task, if you want to send a Slack message, if you want to create a Slack channel, if you want to create a Google Drive, if you want to create a ClickUp task, if you want to create a PandaDoc, DocuSign template, even we can create a Twilio number, but right now that's getting a little outdated because LC Phone is taking over and LC Phone doesn't allow that. But if you guys are using Twilio, that one is actually very, very complex. And it took me 10 hours and paying different people to get it figured out. But it's possible, just so you know, to automate Twilio Twilio account and number creation. Yep. Can this work with Typeform instead of GHL forms? Matthew, yes. But I'm going to reply here. Why complicating and using different apps when we can take everything inside Go High Level? I recommend just sticking with Go High Level. But the answer is yes, stick with GHL forms. Do you see, guys, here that there is account created email and email for a representative? Do you see it here? Yes. Here's how we do this. So we're going to automatically, with the use of a webhook, oh no, by the way, Selena, everything until the webhook, everything is possible in the 297 plan. The only thing that is not possible in the 297 plan is automating sub-account creation. Everything except automating sub-account creation. Yeah, so I'll show you guys how this is done. Okay, so guys, if you want to automate sub-account creation, it might be worth upgrading to a 497. If you decide not to do it, that's absolutely fine. So the webhook, let's define what a webhook is. A webhook is a signal, it's like a piece of information that sends data from one place to another. Imagine television, imagine radio, right? What is radio? Radio is a signal that sends sound waves from one place to another. What's television? Technology that sends, image and image sound from one place to another. So the webhook is a piece of data, sends the data from Go HighLevel from one place to another. In this case, the other place that a lot of people use is Zapier. I don't recommend Zapier. Yes, API. It uses APIs. So basically what this tool does is simplifying the coding and developing required to connect to different apps and creates predetermined templates for each app so everybody can use it. I don't recommend using Zapier because it gets very expensive. Instead, I recommend that you guys use a tool called Make, and it costs so cheap that really, even if I give an affiliate link to everybody, I will make money because it's so cheap. It starts at $9 a month, and it has a free plan for up to 2 scenarios. Yeah, Make is fire, absolutely. So I'm going to show you what happens when people fill out the onboarding form. The first step is the webhook. By the way, I need to finish in 30 minutes. That's my time. I'll talk more about the webhook later, but what the webhook does is the following. Yeah, it places all the fields that you provided here in the onboarding form is going to catch. So imagine you throw a ball, you're playing baseball, you're throwing a ball and all the fields of your clients are there. And then Make catches that ball and transforms that piece of information into multiple things. That's what it is. That's like in an analogy, that's what it is. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to create a data store for your clients. Yeah, you're going to create a data store. This is optional. What you need to do, Selena, you were asking about how do we make sure all the data is sent from GHL to Make? Here's how. To make sure, you're going to do this. You're going to click on the webhook. You're going to redetermine data structure. Click here. And then you're going to fill out your form with the workflow turned on. And then when you see this in green, it means right now I've already done it, so I don't need to do it again. But that's how you do it. If you see it on green, it's going to say data successfully determined or something like that. So if you want to automate the sub-account creation, here's what you need. The first thing that you do is you need an agency API. And the agency API, guys, unfortunately, is only found in the 497 plan. I'm not asking you to upgrade to the 497 plan. It's a recommendation, but it's absolutely optional. Let me ask you a question. Like, is it worth for you $200 a month for the hassle of not having to manually create the sub-accounts? How much does it take to manually create a Go HighLevel sub-account? If you're very efficient, maybe 15 minutes. If you're more slow, like I used to be, 30 minutes. So if you get 10 clients a month, could be like 3-4 hours of your time or of a VA's doing this. So is $200 a month extra worth it? Totally up to you. If you have 0 clients, not yet. If you have 100 clients, absolutely. I think it's a no-brainer. So the reason you can do it with a 297 plan is because I'm going to explain why. So there is a documentation in Go HighLevel, which is for developers or no-code developers, which allows us to do external things that we can do with the workflow's internal functions. So if you guys are interested in learning more about how to do external things, yeah, if you're a beginner, start out with the 297 plan. Absolutely. Don't overcomplicate it. If you're starting out, absolutely. If you want to do more advanced things that Go HighLevel natively doesn't allow, you have the documentation here, which is free. Yeah, if you're a beginner, guys, get a client. Focus on Saka. Don't focus on onboarding yet. Exactly. Yeah. Focus on getting your first clients. Like, I honestly, guys, I didn't have a website. Until I hit $10,000 a month, personally. That's me. And I now have a website, but for many months I didn't have, and believe me, nobody asked. So what we're going to do here in the documentation is go to location. Location is a sub-account. We're going to go to post. This is the code that it takes to create a location. Do you see, guys, my screen that it says create location? Do you see it here?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, everyone
Yes.
can see. Perfect. So you're gonna do you see what you need here? You need here API key, and you need the agency API. So it says here, literally, call. That's something you were asking. Why can't you do this with a 297 plan? To get an agency API, you need a 497. So this module requires the 497 agency settings API keys. How do you get that? That's in the agency view. I'm not going to share the agency API of this client because it's private, but yeah, reading the documentation, if you read the documentation and you execute, it's enough. I'll tell you what to do. So it's going to be recorded. You're going to get the agency API. I'm going to show it for a second. This is how it should look. It's a very long alphanumeric code. Then you're going to do this. You're going to make a request. You're going to, in make, create a module that is called HTTP. Make a basic request. And then you're going to put this. You're going to put snapshots here, snapshots. You're going to get the existing snapshots of this agency. How many total softwares do we need to implement all these besides Go High Level? Selena, you don't need, it's about if you want to give, if you're a bigger agency, typically bigger agencies have project management tools like ClickUp. They use invoicing tools like PandaDoc. They might use Google Drive, Google Sheets to keep track of their clients. So you don't need this. It's more about if you want. So let me tell you this. With this request, you're going to get the snapshot ID. I'll tell you why do we need this. To create a sub account, we need all of this. We need all of this data. We only need one thing from the body, which is the business name. As long as we have the business name, we can create a location. However, I prefer to fill out everything about the client on autopilot: address, city, state, country, postal code, first name, last name, email, phone. And if anyone is paying attention, guys, where do we get this information from? Remind me. Can someone remind me?
Onboarding form.
Onboarding form. Exactly. That's the reason why we had an onboarding form in the first place. So we can automate all of this. So with the webhook that we got, we can fill out all the details. You see company name, address, city, state, country, postal code, website, full name. Just so you know, guys, we need to have this setting. We need this request to be a post. So post request. The URL is going to be whatever it says here in the URL. We just copy and paste this. Authorization, bearer with capital B, and then the agency API, whatever it is. Then we need to put body type, raw, content type, JSON, application, JSON. We're going to open brackets, and then we're going to close brackets. And in between, we're going to copy all the information that we need, and we need to fill in the parameters: business name, company name, city. Just so you guys know, why do we have so many great things? Start case means I'm going to capitalize the first letter of every word and lowercase all the other letters. If empty, then ignore means that if the piece of information is empty, nothing's going to happen. Like there's not going to be an error. Finally, do you remember why we were asking here get snapshots? Because it asks us for a snapshot ID. So someone once asked me, how do we populate the snapshot into the sub account that we create? Here's how. We need to put here snapshot ID. And how do we get the snapshot ID? From this. And then we need to check what snapshot are we going to choose. Now, the next steps is the following. We're going to create a user that contains this first name, last name, email, phone. We're going to take the location ID. We're going to take the location ID from the sub account. And here's how we automatically are going to give access to the client to our account. Yep. So guys, who here needs to manually give access to their clients and their team members whenever you create a sub account? Everybody, correct? Exactly. So with this tool, you can make all this information ready for the client. And then in your onboarding workflow, you're going to create an email, which is the account created. You're going to give them the email and their password. Yeah. So if someone wants to create a Slack channel, yeah, you can do a Slack channel here. You can create a Slack channel as well. Another thing we can do, guys, is we can do the following. We can create a Google Drive for the client. We can update all the information to the Google Sheets. We can update all the custom values. Here's how we update the custom values. We first need to get the custom values. This thing is a little bit more advanced. So don't worry if it's a little bit over your head. Don't worry. I know it's a little bit more advanced. So
you guys can also just start with the go high level automations, get that really good, and then worry about one step at a time. Don't
absolutely.
again,
yes, guys.
just
So
like
as
I
I'm saying,
worry about step 1, not 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah. Guys,
Also, if you're like this is overwhelming, as a quick thought, it's okay if you're overwhelmed, but business is not supposed to be easy. You want to build out extremely complex automations for your business to free up your time to do all these tasks. It's going to require some brain power. So definitely okay to feel overwhelmed. Definitely okay to feel fried, tired. It's totally normal, but it's also part of it. It's like
guys,
it's like when
so
people try to ask me to teach them how to build a 7-figure business, and they want like a 1-hour course. It's it's not going to happen. So it takes time.
Yeah, exactly. So low-key, my brain is fried. Guys, I'm going to tell you this week I had a bad headache. On Monday. My brain was fried because I do this for a living. So if you think your brain is fried watching it, how do you think I feel me doing it for multiple clients? And then clients sometimes complain and change things and say, hey, Christian, I'm going to change my pricing. I'm going to change my offer. Wow. I'm already building. They tell me I'm going to change pricing. Guys, I'm going to change domain. Wow. How do you think I feel? And I still, guys, I showed up every single time I showed up this week. I closed a deal worth one of my biggest deals so far with a bad headache. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, guys, because I know it's going to be worth it. Exactly. Yeah, this you only need to do one time. Exactly. You only need to do one time. So you can update as many custom values as you want. For example, company name, company address, company city, company name, etc. Yeah, yes, guys, just get more clients. That's what it, get more clients, hire somebody. It doesn't have to be me, by the way. If you think there's someone better than me to do this, perfect. Go ahead, hire someone to do this for you. Or guys, just tell one of your most advanced team members, watch the masterclass, implement, figure out. Yep, focus on getting clients first. Absolutely. Mohammed, from what I understand now, this whole automation process isn't for beginners. If you're a beginner, only do this. Only do the form, only do the payment funnel, and the workflow in Go High Level. So this masterclass has two pieces. First one is the Go High Level stuff. The second one is the Make Advanced stuff. Any questions here so far? I have 15 more minutes. I know that's the time I have. So
I mean, you can go longer if you want. I don't know if you're backed up.
Okay, no. Like I don't think I'm gonna.
We can also do a follow-up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take more than 15 because the rest are.
Because you wanted to do the hot seat, right?
I'm gonna explain this. So let's talk about the ads. Someone asked me, how can we create the ad copy for this, right? So here's how. You first of all need to create a Monday or a ClickUp item. I recommend that you always, guys, have a project management tool. Every 7-figure agency, I mean, maybe there are agencies that still use pen and paper, but they are a rarity, I guess. Innovate or die, right? Something that Joel always says, innovate or die, right, Joel?
Yeah, of course, always.
Yeah. So here's something you can do, guys. Create a project management tool, whatever it is. If it's Notion, if it's ClickUp, if it's Basecamp, if it's Monday, I don't care. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to create an item with everything about your client. So you're going to create this for your client. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do this. One second. You're going to create the ad copy. You're going to create a Google Doc with a template of your ads. And then whatever information is replaceable, you're going to get it from the onboarding form. For example, city, company name, etc. Then you're going to download the document in a Google Drive module, and then you're going to add a file to the Monday update. That's how your ad copy is going to be sent to the project management tool. So your VA can just copy the ad copy and then create the ads. Exactly, Vimal, that is true. You can train a ChatGPT ad copywriter and then query it for dynamic copy. Yeah, it's possible.
I just uploaded like the last 50 ads that I wrote, and then it immediately knew. And there's only a few variables like offer, place, city, and certain services. And so it'll query it. And you can actually do it through this same string here too. grab those variables, feed it in there, grab it back, and then actually have that put back into the ClickUp area with their ad copy.
Correct. Absolutely. Yep. Okay. Yeah, the meeting is going to be recorded. So if there is anything I'm missing, no, I'm going to explain. So one more thing that you can do, and it adds a personal touch, is remember I told you at the beginning, you can send a handwritten card to your clients that looks like it was handwritten. Here's how you do that. There's an app called Handwritten, and you're going to do this. You're going to send the email of the client, well, first name, last name, business name. You're going to put the address of the client, their city, state, zip code. You're going to put the message. You're going to put what's the handwriting style and what's the card ID. And then with that, guys, you can send a handwritten card that's going to look like this. I've actually got this from other people, and I saw, oh, that's so cool. They wrote a hand letter card. It's actually AI, it's like, it's handwritten and AI powered. I mean, I don't care if there's a human doing it or if it's a machine, but it gets sent to the client.
Definitely a machine.
Definitely a machine. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, look at their graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
I think Vimal personally writes his letters to his clients though, because he's the king of dental, This guy like manually, yeah, he's like, I'm gonna personally write it.
I mean, you can put a task in their project management that says, manually write. Oh, and by the way, guys, so if there are things that need to be done manually that you either for some reason don't want to automate or need to do manually, for example, connect the domain to the Go HighLevel. That's something that I'm pretty sure you have to do manually right now. Then you can put in the Monday or ClickUp template all the tasks that need to be done. That's exactly how it will need to be done. So I'm going to show you an example of how I manage my projects, because building something like this is pretty complex. So I need to stay on top of everything. And I'm going to show you how I keep track of everything. So I put in my project management tool, all my clients. Whoever has tasks are people that I need to do things. Whoever has all cleared. So here's how I do. And I have templates for this. I'm actually going to share in this call one of my templates, the one for onboarding, for Facebook ads onboarding. So initial call, I have task, initial call, how long it takes. I have getting passwords and credentials, defining the scope of work, and then whatever I need to do. For example, this client asked for, these were her requirements, so I needed to implement. I'm going to show you the template that I have for, I'm going to show you the template that I guys have for onboarding of Facebook ads. So this is my personal template that I use. I create the Go HighLevel workflow, webhook, onboarding form, sub-account creation, Google Sheet document, contract signing, Monday item, Facebook ad templates, handwritten card, data store, new user, Google Drive, custom value. So whenever I get a client like this, I know exactly what needs to be done. I know exactly every single thing that needs to be done from start to finish. And I have even Loom videos and sometimes, images, etc. For example, for the Go HighLevel workflow, I know where it is. I know what tasks need to be done. I track everything. If there is any holdup, any mistake, any issue, I track it here. Yep. So one more thing, I'm actually going to drop some fire and I'm going to share with you guys the ClickUp template, because I have a ClickUp template here. It's part of my sequence. ClickUp task. Yeah. So here's the template, and here's how the template looks. I actually have this template already, so I don't need to watch it again, but I'm going to share it with everybody here. So I'm going to drop this link. I'm going to drop it with everybody. So this ClickUp template, if anyone uses ClickUp, is going to tell you everything that needs to be done for your Facebook ads clients, from updating the Go HighLevel sub account, getting the ad copy, Canva creative, etc. So guys, every single process you do in your agency needs to be properly documented with task templates and videos. Okay, every single thing that you do. For example, I don't have to second guess when I get a client like this. I know exactly what needs to be done and how long it's going to take. I need to create ClickUp task template, create task template from make, edit task location ID, and add SOPs. Then if I need to do, what else? Sub-account creation, I have the documentation, I have the code here ready to go. So I never need to second guess. And my team now is taking care of projects better and better, simply because I have the templates in place. That's how it needs to be done. Onboarding form, I always have like sample onboarding, final onboarding, etc. And then finally, I document everything, the webhook, the make scenario, the workflow. So if a client ever tells me, Christian, this part was not done. Christian, this part has a mistake. I tell them no, like everything is here, documented, screenshots, Loom, receipts, guys, receipts. Keep the receipts. Yep. Okay, so guys, to recap, part 1 for beginners, payment funnel, onboarding form, onboarding funnel, onboarding workflow. Part 2, make. If your guys are more advanced or have more clients and need to automate more stuff, use the webhook, make, and the template. If you're a beginner, don't even worry about the make scenario because it's complicated. I understand. If you're a beginner, just focus on getting more clients and return. Can we get Go High Level snapshots? Absolutely. Like if you're asking about Go High Level snapshots, you can go to the High Level official community and post. Does anyone have, what's your niche? Roofing, med spa? What's your niche? Pretend. Dental. Okay, yeah. Go to the High Level official community and ask who has dental snapshots. You're going to find snapshots from 200, 300. Even some people give away their snapshots for free. Honestly, it happens. So pretend if you're cash strapped, do your research, find all the Facebook groups of Go High Level. There are like 5 or 10. I'm sure someone will give away their snapshot for free somewhere. Just a matter of researching. If you have more money and you want something custom that fits your unique client requirements, then hire somebody or have one of your team members doing it.